Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my brand new YouTube channel. This is my first ever video, so I'm very excited about it. If you would like to see how I created this look, please keep on watching. And if you enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe below and hit the like button or thumbs up, or whatever you call it. And I hope you guys enjoy. First, I'm going to start with Neutrogena's Pore Refining Toner to minimize my pores and make sure I get as little makeup into them as possible, just to protect my skin. Got my nose ring caught there. Then I'm going to move on to Advanced Clinical's Retinol Anti-Wrinkle Serum. I often use this in place of face moisturizer and I love it. Then I'm going to use NYX Primer Spray. And also NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. And I'm going to just rub that in with my fingers. Now I'm going to reach for my palette Beauty Moment by Jack Lauren. I'm going to use the cream color on the right just to set the primer and create a nice smooth base. Then I'm going to reach for my e.l.f. Trio palette in Peach Please, and I'm using the brown shade on the bottom in the crease. And we're just going to rub that in and blend that out in the crease and in the corner. Then I'm going to reach for Covergirl's Go for the Gold palette, and I'm using the darkest shade at the right, the brown shade, and I'm just going to put that into the crease as well and in the corner, bringing it a little lower down onto the lid and blending it out. Then I'm going to go back in with the original base color from the Beauty Moment palette and just blend that back onto the eyelid, blending it nicely into the darker shade in the crease and in the corner. Next, I'm going to reach for my NYX Single Shadow in Moonrock. And this I'm going to use with a eyeliner brush just to tightline my eyes. I'm not going to be using eyeliner with this look. I really wanted to go with a smokier look and to play up the shadow. So I'm doing a minimalistic eyeliner look just by tightlining my eyes. The brush is wet, so that's crucial to getting more of an eyeliner look with the black shadow. I'm going to go in on the bottom as well and do that along the lashes, just below the lashes. Not going to do too much of a wing, just going to shape up the ends. And of course we're going to go in on the other side and do the same exact thing. This is my favorite thing, as you can tell by my expression. I just bought it and I'm obsessed with it. It was $28 at Sephora. You get 5 half-size mascaras and you guys should really check it out. You also get a voucher for 1 full-size mascara from the box. I'm going to be using Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This is my first time using it. I was super excited. And I'm just going to go from the roots, curl the brush as I go up and out. I'm not going to be using falsies with this look because I really wanted to get a good look at what the Lights Camera Lashes mascara does for the lashes without using falsies. So this is going to be more of a focus on the eyeshadow. Everything else is going to be more toned down. course we go back in lightly with a second coat. I really do have to say I was very pleased with the mascara. Then I like to go in with a Q-tip, wet it, and I just like to clean up any fallout underneath the eyes from any of the shadow. Maybe you got a little mascara underneath there, and that's also why I like to do my eyes first. Some people do their base first, I do my eyes first. And of course, some little bits fell onto my nose ring. Then I'm going to go in next with my NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I use the shade Medium Olive. And I'm just going to place that little drops all over my skin. I recommend using a brush to blend this in, at least at first, because it is very liquidy and a beauty blender will likely absorb a lot of the product. So you just want to buff that in. Make sure you buff it into your neck, into your hairline, onto your ears, just to give it as natural of a look as possible. I really love the finish of this foundation. It is so affordable. I really can't explain how great a job NYX did with this foundation for the price. I also am going to go back in with a beauty blender, just really push everything in place once it's been buffed out with a brush. And the beauty blender is really just going to give it that smooth final finish. Next I'm going to go in with Urban Decay's Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I use the shade Light Natural. I'm using minimal concealer, not really highlighting too much. As I said, this is going to be a look that focuses more on the eyeshadow. Everything else is sort of simple, basic. We're trying to keep it pretty light and fresh. And again, using my beauty blender. The beauty blender here is damp, which is going to be crucial to getting as smooth of a finish on your concealer, making sure it doesn't cake and making sure it sits really nicely in any of the wrinkles. Also, of course, to help with that, we're going to apply some finishing powder. This is my Cover FX Perfecting Powder, and it honestly is incredible. I'm not baking, I'm just lightly dabbing some powder with my beauty blender onto my under eyes, mostly focusing it on the under eyes, but then taking just a tiny bit and also using it all over my face. Then I'm going to go into with my B&H Contour 2 palette. I'm using a flat brush for contouring. This one is by e.l.f. I'm going to go with the lower right shades, which are cut out of the picture right now, but you are going to see them in a minute. And I'm just lightly tapping them because they give off a lot of pigment, and I'm blending them together. So I'm lightly tapping one, lightly tapping the next, and then blending it into my face. It is buildable, so just start with less, build up to more as you go, just to make sure you get the best color match for your skin. And of course, it doesn't look perfectly blended out now, but we're going to get there. I'm going to keep blending. That's my face for when I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. As you can tell, this was very much off the cuff. Now I'm going to go back in with some of that Covergirl brown shade and just put a little bit more into my lower lashes, just to help them pop a little. As I said, this look is really about the eyeshadow and that smoky eye. Thinking some more. I'm going to go in with my Tarte blush in the shade Party. I got this one as my birthday gift from Sephora in March. I'm just going to go put that into the apples of our cheeks mostly, blending just a tiny little bit onto our nose and our forehead, just to bring some color into the rest of our face. Now I'm actually going back in with the e.l.f. Peach Please Trio palette. And I'm using the two lighter shades, blending them together, and I'm going to use that as a very minimalistic highlighter on the tops of our cheeks, as well as the bridge of our nose and our Cupid's bow. I'm going to go in next with my Tarte lip paint in Birthday Suit. I'm not going to use a liner with this, which is pretty simple and straightforward. This has such a beautiful formula. It sits so softly on the lips. You don't even notice it's there. I absolutely love it, and I love the shade. I'm gonna go back in with some of that e.l.f. shadow just to re-highlight my Cupid's bow, and I'm gonna go back in with some of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara because my concealer sort of got onto my lower lashes. Finally, I'm gonna finish off with the Urban Decay All Nighter Finishing Spray, and I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks so much.